know I have a phobia for the dead. Dead in any sense.
I was very much afraid of people and social gatherings.
I get a hate phobia.
I have one phobia. I'm very afraid of dogs.
My phobia is snake. I hate snakes.
I'm very scared of dark, lonely streets.
Very, very scary about spiders.
The scare of getting failed.
I can't eat in front of other people.
I always get scared of kids.
Fear is a natural reaction to danger. But when your fears are so great that they disrupt your daily life, you probably suffer from a phobia. Phobia can cause overwhelming fear of animals, objects, or social situations, or the complete inability to deal with a given situation for no apparent reason. Fear alone does not distinguish a phobia. Both fear and avoidance must be evident.
My grandfather was a church clerk. In my country, it means that he had some duties with the dead people, and he prepared them for the last way sometimes. And we were living close to the church, and there was another building, special one for coffins with people who weren't alive, and they were ready for the last mass and so on, and my only way home was between the church and these buildings. And I remember that I was so scary. If there was a sunny day, I walk home just stuck to the church wall on the opposite side, trying to be not enough close to the other building with the dead people. And when it was dark, I couldn't even walk home without anybody. I was just waiting at the gate for somebody who was walking this way as well, because I was too scary.
Psychiatry identifies 3 different categories of phobias. Agoraphobia, irrational anxiety about being in places from which escape might be difficult or embarrassing.
All the time when I'm in an airplane, I feel a little bit sick. I start to sweat, a little bit shake. I know it sounds funny for 24 years old guy, but it's true. And no, airplanes are a really big problem for me. All the time when I'm going home, I'm a bit scared on the airport.
Whenever I pass a dark street, I feel very, very scared, and I try to pass that street as quick as possible. Even if I see someone in front or behind me, I think they're going to harm me, and I just want to get away from that place to a crowded place. I've passed dark streets many times, but I couldn't pass my fear. Most of the time I used to carry an umbrella, a stick, something like that in my bag so that I can save myself from something bad happening to me.
Social phobia, irrational anxiety caused by exposure to certain types of social or performance situations, also leading to avoidance behavior.
I used to think that people were thinking things about me, looking at me and making silly remarks in their head. I suppose it's just me being my low self-esteem, and me being just a bit silly, really, being really self-conscious of how I look like in the eyes of others. And it came to a point in my life once when I was just about to go out, and I opened the door and I looked left and right, and I made sure that the street was completely empty before I stepped out, because I just couldn't face seeing people. I just couldn't, even if it was just one person or 2 people, I couldn't really, I couldn't face being seen by somebody.
I can't eat in front of other people. I can't eat in parties, and sometimes other people laugh or make fun of me because of this problem, and that's why I avoid parties And if I have to, then normally I just took my plate away and just try that eat somewhere else alone basically.
Specific phobia. Persistent and irrational fear in the presence of some specific stimulus, which commonly results in avoidance of that stimulus.
I have a strong phobia for snakes. I don't like the way they move. Anytime I see snakes move about in movies, real life, anything, I have ghost pimples. It's a strong phobia I've had ever since I knew myself. For as long as I will know myself, I'm sure the phobia will still be there. People talk about outgrowing phobia, but I doubt if I can outgrow that phobia because it's something that doesn't just go well with me. If I watch a movie and I see it, I put it off or fast forward the movie. If I see it in a book, I close the book. If I see a snake walk past a road, I don't pass that road any longer.
I'm very afraid of dogs. Whenever I see a dog, probably I will change my path wherever I am going because I don't like dogs at all. It's the reason because I had a very bad incident when I was young because one of my younger brother, he had a very bad incident with a dog. So it's just like in generally I don't like animals on the fact that because of the bad memories I have. So that's the reason I don't like animals at all.
Once something is without life, I do not like saying it. Now it got to a point that I had a problem with my family members because they couldn't just explain why I had problems with things dying. There's some things you cannot do without. You buy a dog and you expect it to die someday. You buy a cat and you expect it to die someday. You have insects around. People even kill insects. You don't expect to get bitten by mosquitoes. You need to kill it. But I don't like scenes like that. I don't like sights like that.
Any phobia that interferes with daily living and create extreme disability should be treated. With proper treatment, the vast majority of phobia patients can completely overcome their fears and be symptoms-free for years, if not for life.